You know what the biggest problem is with video game reviews, Sam?
Oh, man.
They spend way too much time talking about the actual game.
Whoa. Bro, that's deep.
I know.
Holy shit, if only someone made a review, right? But the review didn't talk about the game.
It needs to talk more about politics, I think.
That don't exist
Yes.
in the game.
Correct. And also boats somehow.
Boats?
Okay, so this
Guys,
is...
I was going to say, we got a special kind of episode today, okay? It is journalist review, YouTube's favorite show. It's very weird that that this review even exists.
It is the worst review I've ever read.
It
is actually, objectively, the worst video game review I've ever read.
I thought The Room was the worst bit of writing ever produced, but you know what, guys? We have been proven wrong today.
I'm so happy I have you as my best friend.
You're a moron! As soon as I read this review, I was floored that this was put out by any publication at all.
Who greenlighted this? Like, honestly.
I mean, I've read for reviews that have, like, you know how they had that on IGN recently? They're like, the Days Gone preview, and they have little parts that you're just like, whoa! And they had this one part that
Deacon
IGN
St. John, white protagonisty name.
Yeah, that's right.
And while I'll admit that I initially rolled my eyes at yet another gruff white male protagonist, especially one with such a gruff white male protagonisty name as Deacon St. John.
It's like, whoa, dude, why did you do that? Like,
yeah, left field.
But that's sort of like the rest of the video is fine, and then there's this one thing where it's like, that's fine. But this fucking review, the whole thing is madness. It
doesn't make
insanity.
sense.
I personally believe
it looks like it looks like some insane person's manifesto.
It really
It doesn't
does.
make sense.
What he's typed will be a window into his madness.
This review was so bad it actually got deleted from Metacritic eventually. That's how interesting this review is. Okay, so this review is from Variety, who I think I've seen their logo around, but I don't know what they are. I'm not sure if they like an entertainment website. I don't know anything about them.
I've seen Variety. I think, I don't know if... all I can say is I don't know games are their main shtick.
I suspect not after having read this.
I have a feeling Polygon and them are closely aligned.
That's right. Okay, so it's from Variety. It's from a guy. I don't actually know his name. His name's in the article, but...
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like,
no
whatever,
worries.
man. Like, we don't want to roast this person. We just want to roast his work.
That's
okay?
true.
That's the main difference
That's
here,
what we're
okay?
here for, people.
So don't tweet at this guy making his life difficult. We all have our turn where we get roasted for the dumb shit we say.
We will be... One day it will be ours, but today it's not ours.
Today
Probably
it's not
tomorrow.
ours. Today it's whoever wrote this piece of shit, okay? So this is how this article starts, okay? This is how it begins. Author Tom Clancy's name posthumously sits above the Division 2's title, yet despite publisher Ubisoft's denial of political themes, Division 2 comes more from the mindset of Fox News primetime star Tucker Carlson than Clancy. Now,
Let's just start there.
let's just begin there.
I mean, like... Where did Tucker Carlson come from?
Nowhere.
Like, what? And this is not the only time we hear about good old Tucker Carlson. I think there's a love story, slowly happening, and we find out later on how much he truly loves
We really do.
Tucker Carlson.
Never, never gonna give you up. I'm never, ever gonna stop. Not the way I feel about you. Girl, I just can't live without you. I'm never, ever...
This Tucker Carlson, by the way, is a Fox News host. He's one of those like right-wing firebrand guys. Says things that a lot of people find very, objectionable, disagreeable.
Sure.
So obviously, we have a theory that this guy actually sat down with this. Okay, just read this next part. Okay, this is the bit. This is a good part. The Division 2 does have plenty of elements aligned with typical Clancy fiction. It's fetishistic about weapons. There are small elements of political intrigue and absurdity. One side mission concerns the Declaration of Independence rescue. The setting is Washington, D.C., and the president may or may not be dead. But then comes the wave of Tucker Carlson. Carlson's hyper-conservative news show treats white men as victims, said gun laws represent class warfare on the day of a school shooting, and treats Republicans positively as ferocious tigers. Carlson's rants appear to have inadvertently birthed the world of The Division 2. What the fucking fuck are you talking about? I swear to God, this is what happened, right? This guy sat down. He watched a Tucker Carlson news, like YouTube montage.
Yeah.
And he's like, I fucking hate Tucker Carlson. He goes to his editor. Hey man, I really need to write a hit piece about Tucker Carlson. And the editor's like, how many times do I need to tell you you're a games journalist, okay? Write about video games. And this guy's like, I'll show him. I'll write a games review that's actually about Tucker Carlson.
I think what's going on here really is Tucker Carlson was sick one night. He couldn't watch his show that he loves to watch every day. He got angry at Tucker. He's like, I'll show you, pal. I think there's a love story here, everyone. But
when is Tucker going to text me back?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if I write a games review about this, Tucker will notice me.
I think
Never gonna stop.
I think really that already we haven't heard a single thing about the game. Like, not a single
Nothing
thing
at all.
And I don't think I'm going to make a bet here. I've already read the article, but I'm just trying to think. I don't think.
I've already read the article. I'm going to make a bet.
I think that I don't think he says one thing about the game.
It really doesn't. It's next level reviewing. You know, it goes on. There's some other choice quotes, okay? In Division law, before he disappeared, the president signed an order activating a group of government-funded nationalists to legally gun down looters in the hopes of restoring order. The White House is the base of operations, turned from an American symbol into a weapon stronghold. Subtle. An opening cinematic questions where you have your gun, and notes the goal is to unite us through guns. Unite us all in guns. So many guns. It's enough to have Carlson frothing on air.
Carlson again. Thanks so much. I think that's number
Just bring it
3.
back.
Can we have a counter going, everyone, now? Can we please
I
keep a
think-
tally?
I do believe this guy's making a very valid point. What we really need, though, is we need more shooting games with no guns.
I agree.
I really think that'll be an important move forward for the genre.
Yeah, I'm just so sick and tired of first-person shooters just, being about guns.
It's so lazy at this point. It's lazy design. It's like, come up with some other ways to have first-person shooters that don't involve shooting things.
Totally.
It's a simple task, but no developer seems up to it.
Yeah, I just, like fighting games. Do we have to be fighting the whole time?
It's the same thing. It's ridiculous. Enemies wander the streets, guns outstretched sideways as they blindly fire like Hollywood's abysmal thug stereotypes. There's no narrative context for their actions, and why all of them are willing to die so willingly for their cause, or what their cause actually is. They just hate innocence. That makes them easy villains to conservative eyes. Can I just say, by the way, guys, if people are indiscriminately gunning down people in the streets, they're also pretty easy villains to liberal eyes as well. We can all come to the table and agree that that person who shoot people in the streets, not a good guy, okay? Left, right, liberal, conservative, whatever it is, fucking McDonald's, Burger King, But I think this is the best line in the entire thing, okay? I don't even know what to say, okay? Just listen to this line, okay?
Here we go.
The reasoning lies in the inherent power fantasy. Tucker Carlson empowers those sitting on their couch with Bud Light yelling at brown people. Tom Clancy lured tech-minded absolutists who see military strength above all. What the hell are you talking about, man?
Name a yellow fruit. Orange.
Like, are you fucking high right now?
Nah.
Like, what is happening to your brain to produce this sort of stuff?
I've seen some bad reviews before, okay? This easily takes the cake. There was one on Detroit Become Human once.
That was a bad review.
That was horrendous.
I actually think that was commentary, not a review, though.
I mean,
the person really leaned into like some very strong, like racial, stereotype-based stuff.
It was still a review, though, of the game. This takes the cake. But like this you can't even... I don't see the reasoning of any basis of why this article exists.
I don't understand.
Because it's so far-reaching in every single capacity. And I think the main thing is, it is so obvious that they're just so trying to push a narrative that they're not even wanting, that they won't even talk about the game. They'll just talk about this garbage the whole time.
Correct.
You know why? Because they've got nothing interesting to say about the game,
Do you know
everybody.
why? At the time when this review went live, this is a true story, he had played 15 hours of the game. He'd not even fucking finished the game, and he was writing this sort of stuff. They have an update now on the top of the thing that says, updated, I've played 34 hours of the game. He hasn't changed any of the content of the review, by the way. He's just basically saying that he's now played more of the game.
I mean,
it's like...
Yeah.
No wonder you've got nothing to say about it. Like, you haven't fucking played it.
I'm surprised I didn't see a bigger backlash. I haven't seen many people talk about this article.
Oh, it definitely did the rounds. Rounds.
Well, it's doing more of the rounds. Lamont Gamon has got their hands on it now, people.
I mean, it's like, you know, it just blows my mind that... Okay, here's the thing. This is a review, right? If you were to put this out as a piece of commentary, I probably wouldn't care that much. Like, I think it's a ridiculous article, but we probably wouldn't be doing an episode on it if it were just a piece of commentary. I would have wanted to still. We still probably would have wanted to roast it because it's so roastable. But like, it's like, if you want to just have some commentary about politics and stuff, okay, fine, do that, man. But if you're reviewing a product, you have to talk about the fucking product. Like,
yeah.
It'd be like saying, reviewing the Apple iPhone in the context of... I don't know,
talking about
like materialism in the 21st century and how our society we're too focused in our phones and how many relationships have phones caused. Do we really need another phone in our lives? You know, like, fuck off. No, does the phone have good battery life? Does it work? Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's the thing. Like, this is a review, and so you can't just wax lyrical about your personal politics. You need to actually address the product. He gave this game 4 out of 10. It got onto Metacritic, literally 4 out of 10. It's the lowest score for this game by a very large margin.
Of course.
It got onto Metacritic as a review score, like, and then later on, it's actually been removed from Metacritic, because even Metacritic looked at this and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. We usually don't do this, but." I don't think that one belongs here.
I don't know if they've ever done that before.
They probably have.
Who knows? But we're going to say that they haven't, just for dramatic effect, everybody. Correct. They've never done it before.
So even Metacritic felt the need to delete this piece of shit.
Yeah, it's just becoming more and more of a trend, you know. Like, did we really see articles 10 years ago that were like so politically driven in video games? I mean,
yeah, you would have opened up some magazine and seen an article like this, commenting, not quite as bad as this, to be honest, but certainly commenting on some part of a game's politics. And again, that's fine. I'm not one of those people that feels like you can't talk about politics in games, or games can't be political.
Sure.
I firmly believe they can be.
Definitely.
I think they also don't have to be. It's it's fine if they're not. The Division's not trying to be a political game, so you don't need to inject all these politics into it to like make it something more juicy.
I think the difference is, like, you know, if there's an orange man, you know, with blonde hair walking around, okay, cool, like, they're making a political statement. You know, if they just want to use political themes to create something, that doesn't mean it has to be grounded in reality. It can just be, like, politically themed. And that doesn't mean that, you know, all these articles then have to, like, sprout out saying... Because another thing is, they were, like, pushing these developers on how political is your game. Please tell us how political this game is. And the devs were openly just, like, saying... Just leave us alone about it. Like,
it's like if you were to ask, like, a James Bond film director, how political is this James Bond? It's like, well... I mean, yeah, we've got some political stuff, I guess, but it's not really what it's about.
Sure.
Like, so what you're saying is it's political, right?
Yeah, that's actually a good way, because it's always about the Russians or something.
It's always about some bad guy or whatever, but James Bond's not about the politics. It's about, like, James Bond being a fucking badass.
Totally.
It's like, it's the same thing here. It's the same thing with Doom, for example. Yeah, that's right, Doom. Doom, you try and make out like you're just some shooting game, but we all know it's actually a parable about global warming and climate change on Mars, okay? We know that these big mega corporations, these industrial complexes, they go out there and they destroy the beautiful natural environment of Mars, and then demons arrive, and the only way to solve the problem is with guns.
Guns.
Fired by Alex Jones. It's probably Alex Jones. The Doomslayer is Alex Jones, okay? It's clear at this point that Alex Jones is the one that's going to be our savior. And if that's not objectionable to you, then you are garbage.
I personally believe...
Never gonna give you up. I'm never ever gonna stop. Not the way I feel about you. Girl, I just can't live without you. I'm never ever gonna quit, cause quitting just ain't my stick. I'm gonna stay right here with you.